Hey guys, today I'm going to tell you exactly how you can turn a $10 bill into a $100 bill. So this all has to do with compound interest, and this example is going to show you exactly how this can make you a fortune. Just to be clear, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to show you exactly how you can make these investments without doing something risky like investing all of your money into Bitcoin, hoping that it's going to skyrocket again. I'm going to tell you exactly what's been working for me and what's been working for the wealthiest people in the world. And in case you're wondering, no, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving my opinions and giving my step-by-step process that I've been using for the past few years that has shown great success. Everyone wants to make more money, and everyone's looking for like a step-by-step program that's going to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to make more money. So that's kind of my goal here today. I'm not going to lie, this probably isn't as exciting as you probably want it to be, but with the lack of excitement comes, obvious benefits that you'll see. This will be the easiest way, I guarantee you, to turn $10 into $100. The catch here is that it's not quick. It's going to take you years to turn $10 into $100. So if you're looking for like a get-rich kind of program, this is not for you. Like, this is not a scam. And that's exactly what those get-rich programs are. They're scams, or else everyone would be using it. So what I'm going to go over today is something that has historically worked for so many people, not just in the United States, but throughout the world. So first off, let's assume that you're 18 years old and you have just a $10 bill. And then you invest that $10 in the S&P 500. This index fund has averaged a 7.2% return year after year when reinvesting your dividends. If you had held on from the time that you're 18 to when you're 48, that $10 would be now worth $100. Now this isn't a guess or anything, this is actually based on the S&P 500 since 1950. So here's the secret to kind of my thought process with any money that I have coming in. I think of every $10 that I have right now as 100 future dollars. So think of that video game that you just had to have that's $50. I think of that as $500. So I'm probably not going to be buying that game. Also, there's a ton of time wasted there, so there's added benefit. I also think about that energy drink that, oh man, I'm just so tired, I need an energy drink. That's $3. I think, would I rather have that energy drink right now or $30 30 years from now? So would you rather have that $50 video game and that $3 energy drink, or $530 30 years from now? So you can kind of see how all of this would compound together, just these small choices that you're making day to day, and how that's going to make you so much later on in the future if you just hold on and be patient. So I always think of things in terms of their future value, and that's kind of what holds me back from spending money, because I'm always thinking ahead, thinking for the future, kind of taking a step back now and not just living everything up, and thinking about that future retirement and just being comfortable in whenever I get older, and not just, just going crazy right now with my money. Most people are not saving their money like this or following any concept close to this. If people just figured out that if they invest as early as they can, as often as they can, they would be so much better off 30 years from now. Even 20 years from now, you'd be way better off. So there are a ton of YouTubers out there, authors, speakers, and different presenters that are showing you exactly how they became rich. When the truth is actually very simple. What you need to do is invest your money right now. You need to start this today. If not today, tomorrow morning. And don't put it off any further than tomorrow morning. The issue is that people can find this very difficult. They want to spend their money now and enjoy everything that they can, because you only live once, right? The issue is that a lot of people are enjoying their money even before they even earn it, which is putting them into even more debt, rather than exactly the opposite that I want you to do. Create this investment portfolio that's going to expand and grow. If you just keep spending that money, you're going to have no chance at growing at all. It's really up to you to decide what you want to do. Do you want to spend your money now and constantly be worried about finances? Not just now, but especially in the future. Or do you want to have some sacrifices now and know that your future self is going to be secure? The vast majority of people are going to take the easy route and spend all of their money right now. If you have the proper self-discipline, and that's exactly what this is just discipline within you, you can secure your future self for a way better retirement. So most people don't want to sit on money for 30 years and not touch it. It can be very enticing, and it just seems like, I've got to spend some of the money right now. And I'm not saying that you should save every single dollar, but kind of think about every purchase that you're making in terms of that future buying power. So every dollar is going to be worth $10. Some simple changes that you can make is, rather than buying your Starbucks coffee every day, why don't you buy some coffee, buy a cheap coffee maker, and make it at home for pennies on the dollar compared to what you would be spending if you bought it out every day. Simple things like this can go a long ways in building that nest, that future nest that you can invest in and get that 7.2% back every single year. Also, when you're at a restaurant, rather than ordering a drink, why don't you order water? Or instead of having cable, maybe look into having something like YouTube TV or Netflix that's way cheaper per month. Simple things like this can allow you to save up to $1,500 or more, depending on how often you're going out, every single year. And these aren't like huge setbacks for you. These aren't huge things that you're giving up, but it's going to help you really create a better future for yourself. In 30 years, that $1,500 would be worth $15,000. So I hear a ton of people saying, like, oh, I don't want to invest in the stock market now. I'm going to wait until it crashes. But historically speaking, we've been through obvious ups and downs throughout the years, and you never, ever know when that's going to happen. If you did know when it was going to happen, everyone else would know when it's going to happen, and it wouldn't happen. The chances are good that at some point the market's going to fall when you're invested in it, but absolutely nobody knows when this is going to happen. If someone does say that they know what's going to happen, that's pure speculation. A crash could happen today, it could happen 5 years from now, it could happen 10 years from now, it could happen 30 years from now. You really don't know. So you're going to wait that long in order to start investing and start seeing these gains? You don't want to miss out on the potential gains over the next 5, 10, 30 years, just thinking that, oh, it's going to crash and hope that it's going to go back up. So invest now and just hold out for the long run and see what kind of nest that you can build. If you're in this for the long run, chances are that you're going to reap great rewards at the end of this. 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now. Of course, there are no guarantees on this, but this is all based on historical data. Right now, the S&P is sitting around $2,800. And yes, this does sound high to us. However, historically speaking, it has sounded high before in the past as well. And these are numbers that we would laugh at today. For example, in 1940, the S&P was sitting at $15, and people thought, wow, this is really high. I shouldn't invest in this. I should wait until it falls. In the 1960s, it got up to $100. So just in 20 years, it went from $15 to $100. Then in the 1980s, it got, up to $285. And people thought this is astronomical. So even today's value at $2,800, who's to say it's not going to turn into $4,000? $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. None of these values are unrealistic compared to what we've seen in the past. So there are always going to be people that are holding out for the market to crash, and maybe that's right for you. Maybe that's what you want to do. I'm just saying that that's not my personal plan. To me, it's less about timing the market and more about time in the market. So I want to be in there as long as I can and as early as I can. The point of this video is to go over what the market is probably going to be looking like in 30 years from now. Not kind of where it sits now, not where it's going to sit in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I'm talking what the market's going to look like in 30 years. And yes, there are going to be hiccups here and there, but if the past is any indicator of the future, you know it's going to be much higher 30 years from now than it is today. You want your money to work for you as long as you can. If you're 18 right now and you have $10 and you're willing to invest that in the S&P, and you hold off until you're 65, that could be worth up to $260 or more. So that means that that $10 bill will have a purchasing power of $260 now when you're 65. So that means that that $10 bill will have the same purchasing power when you're 65 as $260 does right now. Now get this, if you had waited until you were 40 to invest that same $10, it would only be worth $57 by the time you're 65. This is a massive difference between investing early and investing later in life. So what would you rather have, $57 or $260 when you're 65. With compound interest, it's going to seem like your money is increasing in value very, very slowly. You're going to be tempted to stop with this. But you'll see that after 20 or 30 years, your value starts to really increase. This can really help you, possibly retire early or just have a much better retirement than you had ever imagined. You just need to delay your desires or urges for immediate gratification now for a much, much better future. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not being sponsored by anyone to make this video or share this information. I personally invest with Ally because they have a nice mobile application. I think most of the companies do now, but they also have low fees, and it's just easy for me to navigate. I'm very comfortable with it. It might be something you want to check out. I just like the idea of trying to help any of you out there improve your future self. Of course, there are going to be a bunch of you out there that are saying, oh no, I need to live for today. I need to spend all my money while I'm young and enjoy it. Who cares what happens when I'm older? However, I'm here to say you can enjoy your life now without putting your future self or your current self into debt. Personally, I like saving money and I like being frugal. It's kind of a game I play. I still get to hang out with friends. I still get to go on vacations, and I even own a house of my own. I'm just saying that there are slight adjustments that you can make to your life that you're really not even going to notice. That's going to help you in the future immensely. If there's a new pair of shoes that are $100 that you think, this is actually something I really, really need, and it's just going to make you happy for that moment, go for it. You've got to do that every once in a while to keep your sanity. But maybe rethink that $6 Starbucks drink and make your own at home for 10 cents. I hope this video helps you think about investing your money as early and as soon and as much and as often as possible. Your future self's going to be very thankful. Financial security is a gift that you can start giving yourself today. Don't miss out on compound interest. It's not going to wait for you. Again, this is a very, very simple solution to increasing your net worth as you get older. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. It's all up to you and your own self-discipline. You can turn $10 into $100. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. Please leave a comment and a like. That would help this video so much to help reach other people just like you that are going to have benefit from this. I'll see you next time.